Hello and welcome. Good evening. I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and this is an evening with everyone. It's the everyone week this week, so it's not just me. It's not just me and the gang. It's not just me and the patrons. It's everyone and anyone. If you want to join in, the link will be appearing everywhere. Basically, I'll put it to come all over the places. So wait for that. 8:05. It will go live on my group. I think my page. Might not be my page. I might have forgotten about that one, but it'll be in the Boom Hut as well, and I'll put it in the chat as well just after. So, say feel free, come along, join in, get a camera, microphone, even on your phone or something. Pop in and say hello. Now there can only be 6 people live in the stream, although there can be another 4 people sort of sitting in the background in the back area. So if you want to join, you'll be in the back area until I see you and notice you and bring you back to the front and let you onto camera. So yeah, wait for that. That'll be along soon. Joining me now, we have Speedy Q8. He's just finished eating, so he might still have stuff in his teeth. You'll have to...
That was excellent timing. I've just finished cleaning up my plate there.
There we go. So yes, hello and welcome. I forgot to press the start button to make everything start, so I'll press that now. Yes, so as I say, if you're a member of the Gross Gang, you're welcome to join any of the streams. If you're one of my patrons, you're welcome to join any of the streams. The links for joining those are already live, as Spid found out, because he clicked it and he's there now.
I clicked a button.
So in 3 minutes, I shall be putting the link live to everybody. So so keep active and keep watching. It will be along sooner than you notice.
Bask in the glow of Chris's orange.
Come and join because it's great. Yeah, I thought I'd go for the Warhamster today. It's not Warhamster Sunday. You're not on the wrong channel, not on the wrong day. But
orange, very eye-catching.
Well, I'm going to be showing off the dragon later, so I thought I'd,
Yeah, just don't hold everything. So nobody will see it.
Yes, indeed, showing things. That's the other thing. There is, of course, the Gross group, which is. I've got a link there. There you go. My Facebook group that I've set up for you lot. Basically, you can put in a picture of work in progress, finished models, whatever you like. And every week, when I do this show, I come along and basically show all the pictures that have been put up during the week. There's still
even
time.
Shampoo bottles. Pre-or post shipping us. Even
shampoo bottles. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You can put up absolutely anything you like, as long as it's family friendly and stuff. So, yeah, that's there for you. There is also my actual website page where you can go along and read the stuff that I've been writing. I put pictures and things up there occasionally. There's on there are links to all of my multimedia sites and things, and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Discord. There's that other LO thing that I keep forgetting about that I put one post up and forget about because I started saying about it. But yeah, there are things there. So join that. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can have a look at Patreon. Some of my lovely patrons are in the chat at the moment. I can't remember all of their names now because I've got like a dozen patrons, so it's lovely. If you want to be lucky number 13, there's a link in the chat there for coming along and joining that. Again, you get access to a few posts and things at certain tiers. You get access to some exclusive videos. The whole Sazabi build video is exclusive on there to my lovely patrons. There are, some of them in the chat. I've set up a button for linking my patrons in. Look, so I've got my thank you for all my patrons in alphabetical order. If your name is there, then thank you very much. If your name isn't there, then it could be there next time. But other than that, stuff's still on YouTube, and I'm always going to be here. You can't get rid of me that easily. Let's have a look. Who's in the chat? Who's in the chat today? Pascal was there first, obviously, because he always is saying evening. Actually, while it's just the two of us here, I shall make it the bigger pictures. So there we go. So we get Pascal saying evening.
Pascal.
Guano Man's in there as well, saying hello. Let's have a look. LD came in. We have Skipper Ted. He's here in spirit as well. He's sort of around, but he's not going to. He did say he could come in and join, But he said he's not set up for a hangout. He's trying to do some test shots for filming. He's got a new project that he's going to be doing. So yeah, that's going
very good.
We have Zadster in as well.
Hi, Zad.
Jamie Bone is here. He's still there. Colin at Festa 67's workshop's there. Again, you're welcome to join if you like, Cole. My wife's watching. Saying hi all.
Hello, Chris's wife.
We have Swiggy and Pigs in. And Skipper Ted's excited because it started.
That's great. That's fabulous.
Jamie, Colin, Lord Barclay's in. Evening.
Good evening.
Everyone's saying hello to everybody else. Earld D says he had to deal with rubbish water slides on his latest build. Not fun. Luckily, he's got loads of spares. It's good. Yeah, water slides are definitely better than stickers, but they can be a problem sometimes, can't they? So, yeah.
I had a complete brain fart then. I was thinking like water slides, like water parks.
No, decal, not slides. Slides. Well, yeah, decals.
I'm not braining correctly at the moment.
Edward's here. Hello. Phil Lewis is here as well. Evening all. And Zad says doffing his cap. You should take your cap off when you get indoors anyway.
Absolutely. Unless you're a Yorkshireman.
Well, that's true, yes. Right, the link should be live everywhere now. I shall press the button to put it in the chat there. So that's the link. If you click on that, then it will put you in the backstage area so you can come along and join us. Oh, I did. When I was saying about my patrons, I've got my my title roll at the end of my videos includes my patrons, so I've got that there. Look, I thought I'd put that up. So yes. You know, listing my patrons, so I can put that now into these streams very quickly.
On your little box of tricks.
No, this is all part of the StreamYard software thing. It's just set up as a what they call an overlay. So I can just do brief video snippets. Because even though Ted's here, he could be here in person because I've got this one set up as well.
Slap it on!
So, yeah, Ted's all confused now because he's talking to himself.
Yeah. Everybody should have a slap it on.
Everybody needs a... You never know when you might need a slap it on, so it's always there just in case.
It should be a standard YouTube feature.
Yes, so I will be a bit later on going through the gross group pictures. I've got several in there now. I'll refresh it before I go up there, but I know I've got some from George and Roger and me and Spid and other people that I can't see the names on the picture list. I'm just trying to remember who's put some up. But yeah, lots of pictures in there to have a look at and peruse through. But even more can be done if you come in and join us.
Indeed. People, post your pictures. Show us what you're doing.
Post your pictures.
Yeah. George's painting is absolutely blowing me away at the moment. From going from building Gunpla to painting Warhammer and doing fancy layers and non-metallic metals and God only knows what else. It's just...
Absolutely, wow. Yeah, and he still doesn't think he's any good.
This is incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, I know he's really hurled himself into it, but it's very impressive.
Ted says that's copyright. It's not. It's in the public domain. So
file a copyright strike, Ted. Go on.
Zad says it needs turning into an animated GIF with subtitles.
It does, yeah, and sound. Yeah. It needs sound as well, though.
GIFs don't have sound, do they?
I don't know, but they should. In this case, they should.
Well, then you wouldn't need subtitles.
Right without sound.
Let's see. That's the housekeeping done. I've seen some messages come up, but they haven't come up on the other thing that I can put on the screen yet. So I'll just ignore them briefly for a minute until it catches up. There it goes. Steve at Totally Scale Models says evening. I might join later, just before you go. You can come in any time, if you're around.
Yes.
As ever, this stream is 90 minutes long, or thereabouts. So we'll be here through till about 9:30. And Ted's threatening legal action now. I said you'll get a letter from my solicitor. Fox told me to use it. Fox sent it to me. So
the solicitor will be going, slap it off.
Yeah.
That's copyright. No, I'm sure
Yes.
you wouldn't mind, really.
Uh,
That's the price of fame, Ted. That's what you've got to put up with.
yeah. Croner Man says I can't butter toast in a sensible fashion because of the slap it on vid. Because every time he tries to butter toast, it's just what do you do with the toast?
Absolutely. Well, it
Uh,
applies to almost everything in life.
Absolutely, yeah. Everything from paint to toast. All you've got to do is
Slap it on.
there you go.
Indeed, indeed, yeah.
I know Ted joins in every time he hears it.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what the real problem is. He just can't help himself. He must do it in
Steve's having
stereo
his
every
tea at the
time.
moment, so yeah, eat up quick. Spid's only just finished his. Come and eat it on
I've
air.
literally just finished mine just before the stream went live. So, because I'm eating late
You can
tonight.
eat on telly. It's fine. I don't mind. It's fine.
I'll say I had a very, very nice chicken in what I expected to be a really hot sauce, but turned out not to be that hot. It was in fact delicious. I thought there might have been sort of steaming and swearing. It was
Paul would be the
really,
one to talk to about hot sauces, but he's not here.
yeah, but
He's only just come back from foreign climes, so he's all jet lagged and stuff. So he thinks he might turn up on camera and then fall asleep. But
eats
he's welcome to do that as well. It's fine.
and such, doesn't he? He doesn't actually have hot sauce as such. He just uses molten lava, I think.
But I think so. Yeah, he's got some of that really is it regret the really stupidly hot sauce that. Yeah,
No,
I don't mind a
I
little
don't.
bit spicy, but I don't see the point in stuff that actually
No,
hurts.
if it's so hot, you can't taste your food after the first mouthful. You kind of
Yeah, I eat for
try to beat.
enjoyment. I like eating. I don't like pain. So yeah.
Yes, there's that. Absolutely. Yes, indeed.
Apologies if I do sound a bit snuffly and sniffling, and if I cough and sneeze a little bit later on. But I've had the coldy flu thing during the week. It's getting better. It's much better each day than it was the day before, but I'm not quite there yet. So I'm still intending to do the full hour and a half, but we'll see how it goes. If I do turn my camera off occasionally, it's because I'm blowing my nose. I don't want to do that in front of people. Nobody needs to see that.
No.
No, it's not
Yeah.
the sort of thing that I put in the gallery and stuff. So no. So you've not been building much recently, Smith?
No. Well, as I was saying earlier, my building mojo at the moment has taken a bit of a kick back, and I started with the Yamaha, the YZF-R1M, which I was really enthusiastic about starting because I've not built a motorbike in ages, and I was really geared up for it. And I started getting it all prepared and I primed it and what have you. And I've got as far as painting the body panels, which are they're down there in the box. Painted the body panels and clear coated, put the decals on clear coated. And I've got on to the point where I need to be doing the frame and engine and ancillaries and weathering them up a little bit. Not weathering as such, but what I like to do with the engine, because they tend to be a lot of aluminium parts, is use a bit of a pin wash to make a few details pop out. And I got to that stage, and my enthusiasm just kind of gone out the window.
You can't force it, can you? It's either there or it isn't, and if it isn't, you just got to step away for a bit.
So as much as I still want to do it, I'm just finding it hard to motivate myself to do so at the moment. I have been doing a few little bits of sort of touch-up paint on little silly things like my little 124th Robocop here and the Cenobat that I posted in the gross for folks to have a look at, which are 3D prints. That one is on 24th scale, and the reason I printed that was at some point I want to build one of the cars.
Oh right, yeah.
Robocop film, and if you look at the pose, it was particular because it was that pose, and it's the same pose as Robocop stepping out of the car, holding his gun up, you see, with the police car. So at some point, I'd like to get one of those models and build the Robocop police car. So
That'd be interesting.
Stood outside it with the door open, ajar like the movie poster.
Yeah.
So
I can visualise it now.
Yes.
Reese is about saying, "Evening, fellas. How are we all?" Well, yeah, I'm getting over the cold, but apart from that, we're all right. Reese, you're again more than welcome to join. Come along. And Steve is saying, if it's too hot when it goes in, it's very sore when it comes out. We know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
Yes.
that.
You know, it's if it's too hot, I just can't enjoy it. So you know, I don't see the fun in that. It's I know some people see it as a challenge. You know,
Yeah,
try.
I mean, sometimes as an event or a challenge or something, I can understand it, but not
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
normal course of I'm going to have a
yeah.
meal.
A
It's like,
drunken
you know,
night out with friends just for the hell of it and regret it in the morning, absolutely. But as a meal, you know, absolutely not. Um, I mean, there are always unusual foods I'd like to try. A friend of mine has recently been to China and sort of hopping around the place, and got durian fruit, which is one of those things I would love to try, just because everyone says they smell so awful. So I would just love to see if I could physically stand to eat some. But apparently, she has no sense of smell. Her fella said it smelled absolutely disgusting, but she said it tasted really, really sweet.
yeah,
So,
it's almost
which
like fermented, isn't it? It's
yeah, maybe
yeah,
maybe so. I mean, that alone probably means I wouldn't like it because I'm not a huge fan of massively sweet things. Like I don't really like mango, for example, because it's too sweet. I like
hmm
the flavour, but it's too sweet as a fruit. But yeah, it's just a curiosity thing because it's one of
yeah.
those fruits that's banned on aeroplanes and banned in hotels, and you know.
Oh, it's because it might explode or something, isn't it?
No, it's just because the smell is so repulsive. People actually hurl themselves off the aeroplanes, I think.
Sounds like a
But
plan.
yeah, they are actually banned in hotels and on aeroplanes. So.
Yeah, Reese might be in, but he's not longing from work and he's really tired. Yeah, I know the feeling. But say, if you like, if you don't, not a problem. Ray's in. Hi, Chris and Spid, and
Hi,
all my
Ray.
friends.
Nice to meet you.
Good evening, Ray. Right, that's quarter of an hour done. What should we do for?
Oh, I don't know. Has anybody got any ideas in the chat? Any
Anything
topics
to
of
talk about?
discussion?
Well, we've got the old fallback of the time and the telly. So
Yes.
what time zone is it where you
See
are?
what
I know most of
everyone's
you seem to be in the
watching.
UK at the moment. The ones I recognise. And have
See
you
what
been watching
everyone's
anything good
into.
on telly? I'm in the correct time zone. Well, I'm an hour faster than the correct time zone because GMT is the correct time
Yeah,
zone.
we're still an hour
But
ahead, aren't we?
yeah, we're another month and then we can go back to that. But yeah, so at the moment it is 17 minutes past 8, British Standard Time, or British Summer Time, and I've been watching NCIS on the telly. I've been working my way through that on Amazon Prime. I've seen
That's
most of
the,
it before, but I sort of got distracted, so I'm getting up to the area where I don't really remember them anymore. So
yeah, that's the naval crime investigations
Naval Criminal Investigative
that
Services,
never
yes.
yeah, that never actually go on the water, isn't it?
Yeah, they do occasionally go in the water. Yeah,
Yes.
it's basically CSI for the Navy.
Yeah.
So
Soggy
they go off to
CSI.
crime scenes and yeah, it's all good.
Saltwater CSI. Yes. Is that the one? Are the different ones? Because there's one with the little woman who
Yes,
reminds me of the woman
yeah.
from the
I'm watching the original one, the just plain NCIS one. They did
right,
one in I'm thinking Vegas, but not. I don't think it's Vegas. No, it's somewhere. And then they did one that was Miami.
right. I don't know which
Um,
that one is, but I know as a friend
no,
of
it's
mine
not.
watches it,
It's the
so
other
I
one. It's
see
the
it
little
on
one.
episode. I see it. But
It's the
it's
one
her.
with
It's Ice Cube or
Ice
Ice
T
T
in it
or
or
Ice
something,
Ice somebody.
and someone else. It's going to bug me now until I remember it. No, not. It wasn't Miami. It was New Orleans, the third one that they did.
Right.
Someone's going to say it.
I'm
LA,
sure
LA.
somebody
There you
will.
go. Edward says LA. Yeah,
LA.
it
Right.
was. Yeah, NCIS Los Angeles. It was,
Right.
which
Yeah.
I watched the
The
first
guy in it
couple of
who
seasons
played
of, but
the guy who
yeah,
played Robin in that Batman film with George Clooney. He's in it as well.
yes. Also did the Human Torch in the
No, that was
original
Captain
Fantastic Four
America.
film.
Wasn't that Captain America? Chris
No,
Evans?
don't think so. Not in one of them, was it?
In the old Fantastic Four, not the terrible new Fantastic Four.
I thought I I'm lost now. Someone will
think,
tell us all of it.
I think,
Um,
I think in the older one, it was Chris Evans who was Captain America in the Marvel films. I
all
think.
right, might have been.
Might be wrong. It's a while since I've seen it.
You could be right, and I could be completely confused as to who was
It's
anywhere.
a while
But,
since I've seen it, so I could be wrong.
Quano Man says it's 8:18, and I've been watching Blackadder the third. The third.
Blackadder.
I'm trying to place the third one. Wasn't the army one, was it? That goes fourth.
No, that's Blackadder goes fourth.
Yeah, the first one was the strange one that was just really bad.
Was
Was that the Victorian one?
With Queenie and Melchett, or was
Yeah.
that the second one?
I think that was the third one. The second one, I don't know. I can't remember. Who's in it? I know not who's in it, but what characters are in it? Who's the
Remember the first
ensemble?
one? There's the one with Queenie and Melchett and what have you, but two or three.
Yeah, I thought that was the third one. But Ray says Malta time is 09:20, so it's morning time.
Right, oh.
What's that? Sgt Bones says NOS 4A2 on Prime, better than expected. I don't know what that is. NOS 4A2.
NOS 4A2? Oh, Nosferatu. A vampire thing?
Oh, it might be. It's that sort of, yeah.
So, tell us what that is, Sarge.
Tell us more. Or was it a typo? Did you fall on your keyboard when you're typing it? Clark is saying NCIS New Orleans. That's the one I was meaning. And he says good evening.
Is that one with the little woman and an ice cube, iced tea, ice coffee, ice.
Yeah. Batman should be in it, LD. Quenoman says third, he's the King's butler. Ah, right, yes. So the second one is the...
Oh, yes, it's King George one. Yes.
It's, yeah.
Yes,
We remember it now.
Yeah.
Oldie says 8:20, Lego Batman. Cool. And Jessica says third was Hugh Laurie as Prince of Wales.
Yeah, that's right. I remember talking to a friend of mine in America who was a big fan of House when House was really popular, and saying, "Oh, you wouldn't believe." Listen to the accent that Hugh Laurie was British, and they're like, "Get out of town! He's not British." Like, yeah, he is.
Watch this.
And I've never seen him in anything else, so I sent him a clip, a link to a YouTube clip of him as Prince George in Blackadder, and they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that's the same person." Yeah, there you go. He's actually a very good actor.
He is. Yeah, does American very good. Tom says he looks like he's going to miss this one. He's sitting in a doctor's office for one of the girls. Hope everything's okay, Tom. Send our best wishes to her.
Hugh Laurie has written a book called The Gun Seller. I don't know if he's written any others, but he wrote a book called The Gun Seller.
All right.
It's very, very good. If you do like a good book.
Look at that. Steve says it's Chris Evans, Captain America. Chris Evans, Virgin Radio, and there's another phone. I didn't know there's a third one. I knew the Virgin Radio guy that.
No, it was the Chris Evans Captain America that did the Human Torch, though, wasn't it? If somebody can confirm or deny that. I think so.
And Sergeant Bones says it's Nosferatu.
That's what I said. I don't know what it is. Is it actually like Nosferatu as in the original Nosferatu, as in the black and white Max Schreck thing, or are we talking about a series or what?
LD says Lego Batman's the best Batman. I'm not sure about that. Don't know. I've just finished watching the Dark Knight trilogy Batman. And I've seen them before, but yeah, I quite enjoyed them. It's not quite right.
I do like those because it's more realistic. I know the whole thing's not realistic.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's more believably realistic.
Bone says it's the classic vampire.
The classic vampire one, the original old black and white one. Very good.
Right. 3:21 p.m. To Edward. Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and Chicago PD. Are they three different series, or is that one that does all three? Or
crossover?
I used to see there was one show. There's one show that did like the three departments. It was like Third Watch or something. It was like the third crew from each room, and they all intermingled stories and everything. That was quite good. That was a while back.
No, I've seen Chicago Fire advertised, but the others I've not heard of, so I don't know that one. No, I've mainly been watching documentaries myself recently, just general documentaries and
not documentaries of yourself.
Not of myself. No. Surprisingly, there aren't any out there. I have searched, but there aren't any. None. Can you believe it? No, I've been watching a few recently about old sort of mysteries and spooky stories and things. There's loads of stuff like that.
All right. Paul likes to watch those. The Ancient Aliens is his thing he's watching at the moment, apparently. He
I've
finds
not
them
seen
very
it, but
amusing.
yeah.
Chrono Man says that 89 Batman is the best Batman. To say otherwise is heresy. Ha 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 ha. 89 was the original one, so that
That'd be
was
Michael Keaton, wouldn't
Keaton.
it?
I think Keaton did the first one, didn't he?
They were pretty good, actually. The very first Michael Keaton film was really good.
Hmm.
The subsequent
It was
ones
very
were-
different, though, wasn't it? It was different to anything else that was, around at the time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Edward says it's 3 different shows that sometimes interact with each other. Yeah, I do like that. I like those that sort of
Yeah,
cross-pollinate
it's
and
good.
things.
When you get a crossover, it is good. Yeah.
And Sergeant Bones says Guano Man is Batman. Did you mean Guano Man or did you mean Guano Man because it's Bat?
Yeah, there's very different
It's
things.
different play on words. I mean, Guano Man could be Batman because you never see them both in the same room at the same time.
That's true. That's true. Who knows?
I'll put the link up once again for people to come in and join. If you want to say come in and join, save me and Speed just talking about Batman for another hour.
Yes, absolutely. Come in and join us and talk about what's on TV and who the best Batman is. So, I'm going to say though, I'm quite impressed with Ben Affleck's Batman. Say everyone slated him prior to the film coming out. It's really not that bad. You know?
No, there's not many films that I've watched that I've regretted watching. Most films I watch, I think, yeah, that was all right.
Yeah.
It's it's a good couple of hours and it's all right. The last film that I didn't actually finish watching because I thought it was just too bad was Escape Room 2 or Escape Plan 2. The one that was Escape Plan was Stallone and Schwarzenegger in a prison trying to escape, and it was really good. I enjoyed it.
Not heard of that one.
It's I mean a few years old now, but then there was a second one that was really really bad. It was absolutely terrible.
The same actors as well, or
Well, it had Schwarzenegger in it a bit,
right?
but sort of not the main actor, main character.
Just so that they could advertise
Almost a cameo, but not enough. A bit more than a cameo, but it didn't look like his heart was in it either. He didn't seem to be enjoying it very much.
Just so they could say starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Pretty much, yeah. But it was really bad. I actually didn't finish watching it. It was like, no, I'm not going to devote another hour of my life to this.
That's bad.
But apparently the third one's very good. But I haven't got around to watching that yet. But
years ago, I bought a DVD from the clearance bin in HMV, and
it's going to be good.
Yeah, well, I thought it's going to be worth a watch because emblazoned across the whole thing was starring Carrie-Anne Moss of The Matrix, and I thought, well, he's got somebody in there, the rest of the people he didn't particularly know, and we sat and watched it, my ex and I, and I think Carrie-Anne Moss was in it for one scene totaling maybe 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And I thought it was real bloody cheap because they actually displayed her on the cover of the DVD.
Yeah.
And emblazoned, like starring kind of thing. It's like, come on, you can't get away with that. That's just not on at all. And it was a terrible film. But
yeah.
Thankfully,
it was one she did while she was in college, or.
I don't know if it was pre or post Matrix, but they obviously, in fact, it must have been post Matrix because it was. I'm sure it said Carrie-Anne Moss of Matrix.
Yeah, but they might well have been filmed, 10 years before that.
Yeah,
but
I suppose they might have done that.
And then they just made the cover that says, like they do with books and everything, they reissue the same book with a different cover on it. And...
Yeah, yes, this is true. But no, I mean, like yourself, quite often I can sit through most films, but every now and again there's one that it's just a chore. And I did another one. I think it was a car boot DVD buy, and it was a Johnny Depp one. I thought, oh, he's probably going to be okay. It's Johnny Depp, and
it wasn't.
I mean, it was terrible. It was, what was it called? It was a period kind of thing, and not the headmistress. Oh, damn it! What the hell did they call it? And he played this character who was a sort of.
Let me guess. You couldn't see his face. He was covered in makeup.
Well, no. I mean, you could tell it was him, but he played this character who was a womanizer and who contracted syphilis and ended up with this metal nose because his nose rotted away and all this. And it was just the storyline on the DVD sounded really good, but God, it was so boring. I actually fell asleep during it, and I woke up when the credits were coming.
Oh dear, yeah, that's never a good sign.
My wife actually fell asleep as well, and she's like, "Should we put it on again?" It's like, no, let's not. Let's just give it away to somebody.
We have a third joining our stream.
Oh.
It's not Batman. It's definitely not Batman.
No,
I've got
no,
no
no.
idea who it is, but
And I am definitely not in Gotham.
not live from
Yes,
not
we
Gotham.
need somebody who is going to Gotham, do we not?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Someone's moving to Gotham, yeah.
That's an awesome mask, I've got to say. That's very impressive.
What mask?
What?
I'm not wearing a mask.
Gone for the black eye makeup.
I'll have to get some black paper there.
You got an airbrush? Just spray it on now.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
It'll be fine. Just make sure you got your eyes closed when you do it. Sgt Bones says the last good bad movie I saw was Operation Overlord. In itself is good fun, but there was so much wrong with it. I mean, my military eye killed me. So, yeah, if you're looking for things that are a problem, then you can often see a problem. Yeah.
Operation Overlord.
Wait a minute, Batman's just taking his mask off. I'll take him off the stream while he's got his mask off, because otherwise his secret identity will become known. Although I can still see it greyed out at the bottom of my screen, but it'll be fine.
There was one that I watched with a friend fairly recently that was about. I don't think that was Operation Overlord. It was. It was about rounding up the Nazis in Brazil, South America after the war, with Ben Kingsley. That was really good.
Cool.
That was called Operation something. Operation. I don't think it wasn't Overlord.
If it was Overlord, then there's stuff wrong with it. So yeah.
Yeah. Well. No, it wasn't. It didn't actually have anything specifically military, like vehicles or uniforms or anything. See, I can watch military stuff and not really care that much if the tank's wrong or the uniform's slightly wrong. Because
absolutely.
I grew up with all those old war movies where all they did is they took any old tank, painted it grey and stuck a cross on the side and said, "There you go, it's a Panther or a Tiger or a."
Yeah, I don't know enough about armour or military stuff to recognise anything. I can see it's a tank, but that's as far as I get. I don't get as far as that's a German tank, let alone what brand of German tank it is or anything.
I could recognise 2 or 3 different tanks. I could recognise a T-34. I could recognise a Tiger and a Panther and a Sherman. Beyond that, I just don't really care that much. And to be honest, it's only since I've built a few armour models that I could do that. And I mean, it's not until I watched Kelly's Heroes about 5 years ago that I actually realised that the tank in Kelly's Heroes was not a Tiger tank, because obviously at the time there were no actual running Tiger tanks. They didn't use a real one in a film until Fury, when they used the one from Bovington.
Oh, right.
So,
Cool.
well,
Barkley says that T-34 is a great film. I'm assuming that's a flavour of tank.
That's the Russian one. A lot of people slated that for the special effects and sort of, as apparently it was a bit Hollywood. But I've not seen it. It looks good. The effects look really good. As for the realism, I mean,
I'll say Coronavan's asking who's that Wally on the end, and Lord Barkley says it's Batman.
That's Chris.
The other end. That end.
That end.
I can never tell because it doesn't reverse my camera like most things do. So when I go that way, it's actually going that way. But yeah, it's Batman. Even when I've got a bad coldy flu thing, I still can't do the deep Batman voice. It just doesn't work.
Because I'm Batman. Apparently, not Christopher Nolan. Damn it! What do they call the guy who played Christian Bale? Yeah, apparently he said he played havoc with his throat doing the whole Batman voice thing. because it seemed like a really good idea. And when they interviewed him after the first film, they said it
I can't talk.
So, yeah.
Lord Barkley says 234 worth watching.
Mm.
And Bones says the special effects cast of that film. It's over the top Russian bias, but still cool. Yeah, if they made it, they're going to make it, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I did like White Tiger.
Hi Batman.
I thought that was very good. Again, it's all. I mean, it was all very sort of silly and a bit ridiculous, but a good film, and especially the monologue at the end. I thought that was clever.
Mm.
Hitler and the mysterious man in the white suit and everything. That was, yeah, it's very good, that one. But T-34, I've seen the trailer loads of times. I've not actually seen the film as yet, so the trailer looks really, really good. The sort of slow-mo, the tank shell passing by the tank and hitting
All right, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's good. If you have a look for the trailer on YouTube,
I'll forget.
There's a bit where the tank fires a shell, and I think it passes the windscreen of a truck that it's firing at, just sort of narrowly misses the truck, and in slow motion, and then hits the telegraph pole that's off over there somewhere and splits it. It's very, very good. Very good. Story-wise, beyond that, I haven't got a clue. I'm assuming it's obviously about a T-34 tank group in Russia.
I'd imagine, yeah. Bones says as a story, White Tiger was quite good.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was really good.
Again,
it was
not one that I've got any interest in seeing.
It's good though. If you've ever got a couple of hours to kill, just because the story's good. I mean, you don't have to really be into the tanks and everything.
Trouble is, I've got so many things and series and films and things that I'd like to watch. Things get pushed down and down further,
Yeah, finding the time.
I mean, so I'm only on season 5 of NCIS, and there's like 15 of them.
Plus
And then there's the other ones and
builds and things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the problem with something like White Tiger is because it's subtitled, you've got to sit and watch it and read the subs.
Yeah. Well, when I do watch programs, I do tend to pay attention to them and watch them. Other people that might be in the chat might not watch films when they're watching them. They might be, on Facebook or watching other things or falling asleep. But no, when I'm watching a film, I'll watch it.
Yeah, if it's something I'm not hugely bothered about, I'll quite often stick a film on the tablet while I'm doing a bit of modelling or whatever. So I'm kind of listening to it and have part seeing it in the background.
Yeah, if I've seen it before, then I'll do that. But the first time out, I like to actually watch. Skullfish is here. Evening, everybody. And well, if he's there, he's got to read it out in per himself. What was that comment say? Guano man?
Skullfish.
Thank you very much.
That's the one.
That's a shame. Fox isn't here. He does it, better than everybody. But there we go. Right, it's now, nearly halfway through. So I'm going to go along and have a look at the gross group. If you haven't already, let me give people another minute. You can.
Let's take a look in the gallery.
Indeed.
Do you remember that? Take heart. Take
heart. You play the gallery music. Yeah. Pop along to the gross group. Put in some pictures. I'll refresh and make sure they're up to date. But if you put them in after the next few minutes, then they won't be there this week. Although they will be there for next week. So have a look. If you're in the Model Makers Boom Hut, then you get an automatic approval to join the gross group. If you're not, then there's just a couple of are you sure you want to join here questions? And then I'll let you in.
That Sarge is working on, for example. He'll post up progress on that. See, we know he loves his Knight Rider.
Yeah. Right. So yes, that's that there. So that's everybody. I was going to say I've got a new comment there, but it's mine. I put that one up. Right. So I shall open the screen sharing. You don't get away with it though, because when I open the screen sharing on this, it still keeps us as little pictures on the side, so you don't get to hide.
I can't sit here and pick my nose or anything.
Well, you can, but it will just be on video. But I can't really see the chat once I'm doing this, because if I close that down a bit, then I can still see the chat. So yeah, we can do that. We can work around that. This is the photo gallery. It's been going for, I don't know when it first started. Now it's been going for quite a while. How long's the group been active? A few months.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back down to the beginning, shall we?
In there. It's good. good variety of subjects.
The first picture was put in the gallery. It was that one when I set it up, 3rd of July. So yes, we've got pictures of everything from cows and things, and obviously lots of work in progress and finished things and funny things, and it's not a rivet counting type group. It's just for fun. But if you put any pictures in there, be warned that they will be shown on the telly. All of these were done previously, so I'm not going to show them all again now. I'll just scroll through them all quickly to get up to the ones that have gone up in the last week. Actually, it needs to be the last 2 weeks, doesn't it? Because I wasn't here last week, because I was in E-Models.
Of course, yeah, you were at E-Models, yes.
So, let's see. I don't know where I was then. I remember showing them. I'm pretty sure I did that. I'm pretty sure I did that. Did I do that? When was that? That was the 15th of September. When was 2 weeks ago? Anyone work it out? That was the 12th.
I would have a look at my calendar, but it's on my phone, which is.
I've just opened the calendar, and the 12th was actually the 2 weeks ago. So the 15th wouldn't have gone in there. So what have we got here? This is the 15th as well. So we'll go back even earlier than that. Did we have these?
I reckon
that was the 12th. So yes, we did these. I remember doing these. This was the Falcon from Edward. Very good. Right, that was my wife's picture of some Lego, the Lego Friends set. Not Lego Friends, which are the little girly things.
Yes, yeah, I know the Friends, not Lego.
Not the Friends. They tend to get confused with the numbering of their bags. It's gone 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't quite understand that, but we won't worry about that. That was the dragon. That was the dragon then. There's more pictures coming of the dragon now. So
yes, it's distinctly less yellow and more
orange. Yeah.
Orange.
Dave Barker was doing a tank. I remember doing this as well. Actually, I remember showing that. Probably didn't show that because that was the Lego set finished.
Seeing that, but I think I just saw that on the group.
It might have been shared in other places, but it's done quite cleverly as like a film set because it's got the proper filming lights and stuff in it, and no fourth wall. But yeah, it's quite a good set. It's
and this is what
fun.
That your wife, is it?
Yes, I bought it for her because she likes Friends and everyone likes Lego. So yeah, she spent a few evenings building that with my daughter. But yeah, there's quite a lot going on obviously in there. The keyboard and the guitaring type thing and all of the.
It's Central Perk, isn't it?
It's Central Perk, yeah. The window you can actually flip round, just like the filming model. So it will say Central Perk from both sides, which a real window wouldn't. But if you notice, if you ever watch the show, when they're inside, it says Central Perk on the inside, and when they're outside, it says it on the outside.
Right, I've never noticed.
But that's not how windows work, you see. If you have a sign on a window, then you can only see it from one side.
Yeah, I've never noticed that.
But yeah. So yeah, it's quite busy. It's got I think 8 characters, 7 or 8 characters in it. It's got obviously the 6. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7, 6, and Gunther. The obviously the I was going to say he's not Rachel. He's the
guy.
The coffee bloke. Yep.
Yeah.
Right, then we have Eric putting up. These are the new Aeronautica Imperialis things.
Yeah, these the little Dakar jet things.
Little Dakar jets, yeah. I picked some of these up, so I'm going to be doing those at some point. I don't know if it's this one or the other one that I got. I can't remember. But they're tiny and they're fun. Well, there's 4 in the pack, so I shall do a selection of colours. There'll be orange and an orange one, and I'll probably do one in red. So yes, that's going to be quite good fun. They're about 1/4 scale by the looks of it.
Right.
So yeah.
So are they actually smaller scale than the actual Marines and Orcs?
Yes, they're part of a different game. It's a different. It's like the X-Wing miniatures game, I think. I haven't got the game. I haven't looked at the game, but I'm assuming it's that sort of thing. You've got this base that's got little twiddly dials on it, so you can change the things and movement stats and stuff like that. So they're game pieces. I mean, the normal Warhammer stuff are game pieces, but it's a separate game for sort of like air combat type thing.
I see.
So yeah, when I get into that, I'll do that. Steve, who was about in chat and might still be there, still eating, has been putting motors in things. I think there's a few pictures of those. Yeah, he's been having fun, obviously cutting bits out to fit the motors in.
But, some kind of jet turbine, turbo jet
it
thing?
is.
Or?
It's a big four engine plane that he's been converting. So he's obviously doing all of those. Sgt Bones says, "I like them little flyers. Reminds me a bit of Crimson Skies. Yeah, Crimson Skies was quite fun on the original Xbox, wasn't it?"
I was going to say, is that a game? I've
Yeah.
not heard of that. Wonder if is that a Hercules? I wonder. It's the
What,
only
the one that
four
Steve's
engine.
building? I don't know. You'll have to ask him. If he's still around, he'll probably answer. I'm not sure what it is. This is Phil. Started his first Gundam tonight, making pretty good time. He's finished the legs, and it's a Mr. Potato Head, I think, the body he's used.
It's a potato Gundam.
Yeah. Phil's done the 125th AMT Jeep, which looks good. I like the diorama on that as well. It's just mossy and, you know. I always wonder how the vehicles get onto that, though, because there's no way it could drive up to there, because it's got a big cliff behind it and a big cliff in front of it.
Four-wheel drive, though. You know,
It is four-wheel drive, but yeah. Bob Ray, I've got a bike.
That's very nice.
Looks like a Harley.
Harley Davidson, yes.
It's got that symbol to it, isn't it?
Is it the one? Does it say the size? Is it a one?
It doesn't on there. I might be able to find the original post and do it, but in the pictures it only gives you a little bit of information, unfortunately.
I think it might be the 1/6 Tamiya one, which is supposed to be really.
I don't know. It looks smaller than 1/6 for some reason. Something about it doesn't give me the 1/6 scale. I'm thinking 12th.
I don't think Tamiya do a 12th scale, but unless it's a different manufacturer, which it could well be.
It could be. They do some 12th scale bikes, though, don't they?
They do. There are some. I mean, I've got a couple of. I and Esky do some Harley Davidsons, like this one in 12th scale. But
I can't see you. Other people can see you, but I can't. I'm covering up the window.
I don't think Tamiya do a 1/12 scale one. I know they do a 1/6 scale.
I have no idea.
I think, but I might be wrong.
Steve says he's in the back room. But yeah, so what was the answer? What was the question? What plane is it that you're doing?
It's the airplane. What kind of aeroplane is it?
Ray says it is 1/6 Tamiya. So yeah, 1/6.
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Yeah, it's supposed to be really nice. I would love to build one of those, but they are horribly expensive when you see them on eBay, and I think they're discontinued.
Bob's also done that, which is a car. I don't know anything more about it. It's number 15.
Alfa Romeo.
It's an old car. It's got the crank handle to start it, so it's a very old car. I don't know anything more about that. Steve says, "Bring me in, Chris." I didn't notice you there. I was looking at the wrong screen. So
I used to have a car with a
there you go,
crank
Steve.
handle.
Although apparently you're muted, but I didn't mute you. You must have muted yourself. So, welcome, Steve. We'll be with you again probably once the gallery's finished, but you can show us more. Yeah. We'll come back to you in a minute. We can go full screen with you. This is the dragon again. I did the mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously the more orange for the dragon.
Looking decidedly shouty.
Eric's got the little aeronautica things, which he started painting. He did put in the post about what he did with it. I can't remember, but I think it was a contrast for the base coat, and then he's going to be doing more stuff to it afterwards. Yeah, these are the Dakar jets. Are
they the same ones as the ones you bought? Or
I don't remember, and I can't remember where I put mine, so I don't know. I didn't get the ones that were the ones that everybody else got, which I think were the Dakar jets. I think I got a different one.
Right.
I think I got bombers. Something about bombers.
Yes, I think you say that, yeah.
Right. Rob is also doing that. Oh, that's definitely a 6, isn't it? That's big.
No, that's the 1/12 scale.
Kawasaki. Oh no.
Unless it's the Meng one, which is 1/9.
I'm going to not talk about bikes at all while you're here because I know I'll get it wrong.
Yeah, that's the Kawasaki H2R turbo. If it's the Tamiya one, it's 1/12. If it's the Meng one, it's 1/9.
Okay, there you go. I know about this one because this is mine. That's Char thingy.
Char, isn't it? Yeah.
Char, what's his face from Gundam Land.
Char.
Yeah, so I painted him a little bit. That's the underfoot of the Zaku.
Zaku, yeah. Uh-huh.
And a sneak peek of bits of the Zaku. The Zaku build series is a Patreon exclusive, so yeah, you can see a little bits of it here and there. But the only way of watching the full thing is to become a patron, and I'll push the button that says Patreon on it and put the link in there again. But yeah, even if you want to sign up for a month, you can binge watch all of the 13 episodes, and then go away again. I hope you don't go away again, but it's entirely possible that you can. So yeah, that's there. That's another view of it, and that's the most of it sort of viewed.
It's just quite an imposing looking Gundam. That
It's
I do
quite
like
big.
the little
I mean, it is only
one.
1/4 scale, but it's quite big. So
I
yeah,
like the little chubby one that you did.
yep. I forgot to put pictures of that up, so you can see that next week. George has been doing his object source lighting. Sort of like if the sword is glowing or whatever, then how much it glows, the stuff around it and things, which looks amazing. I can't figure out how to do it, if you know what I mean. I understand the theory,
So impressive.
but it's just beyond me.
I can't believe how rapidly it's come on with all that. It's
It
incredible.
really is, isn't it? This is Roger. He's obviously the lander with an astronaut on a ladder. I'm assuming it's the Apollo lander, but I don't know. Again, I can't see the details
Is that
about
the
it.
Hubble lander then, or is it just the sort of leg and then the astronauts?
I have no idea. It looks like just the leg.
Quite big, that actually looks quite large.
I'm thinking that's just that, rather than being anything more involved. But
That's the
obviously,
rebel kit. It's just a leg.
it's just the leg, yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's obviously done the face and not done the suit yet. Yeah, that's the 144 Saturn V. I recognise that. He said he had trouble with the bleeding of the paint.
Yeah, I built one of those.
It's really nasty because, as well as it being obviously round and curved and things, there's ridges along all of that. So you've really got to make sure it's stuck down.
Yes,
Yeah,
I remember
that's
having that exact same problem when I built mine.
The best way I found of getting away with it is if, for instance, you're obviously spraying the black over the white. So you spray it all white, mask off this bit, and then do a bit more white over the masking as well, over the join. And then you can do the black over the top of that, because the white will bleed through, but will hopefully seal it off as well.
Right.
So the black can't then get through because there's already white in the way. So that's the best way I found of doing that. Someone did, probably Fox told me how to do it, but other people have been mentioning things about that. So yeah, that's worth a try if you're trying to do masking on nasty surfaces like that ridge bit. Lewis has got, I don't know what it is, obviously Warhammer-esque. Whether it's actually Warhammer or not, I don't know. But obviously some angry bloke. Angry dude with axe, I think it's called.
Angry man waving something, yes.
And Joe Smith has joined, and it was, this is, I can't remember, Minis, Models and Dioramas, I think it's the YouTube name.
Okay.
Using their icon picture and skeleton army.
Skeletons, yes. Yeah, so it's like your sort of traditional...
He's a very happy skeleton, that one. I can't get over how pleased he is to be half a skeleton, or coming out of the ground, or something.
The thumbs up.
Oh, there we go. This is the Aeronautica Imperialis Dakar jets, primed and waiting for paint. Going to be painted Citadel's contrast ultramarine blue as the base, yellow trim, and Vallejo's light gross grey. Underneath, various other colours to bring out the detail. Yeah, I think you've got to do one red with yellow flames. I think that's the law. That was my... that's the SD Sazabi in bits.
Oh, that's the little one.
I built it and then stripped it for painting. And then that's painted and not assembled again yet. Right. So, yeah. That was good fun. Interestingly, the kit comes with yellow sprues for the rocket things and the sword effect thing. I primed it all in grey and then put yellow over the top of it, and it came out greenish, which I left that greenish because the big one has got a green sword.
That's strange.
So happy accident that sort of turned out better than I planned, and then I just did more coats of yellow on that to do that, and then touched up with some red to give some fire effect.
Very good.
Steve, not done much modelling, but been working his way through these for the last 10 days. It's 10 days to get through that. I think you need to work on your drinking a little bit more, because you need to drink faster than that. Paul Tavasso is RG New Gundam. I don't know what that means, but it's real grade, so that makes it 144. And it's a Gundam, and it's new apparently. I don't know, but it looks very nice. That's the dragon so far. I did the orange, obviously, since the last picture you saw was it being bright orange. I went over it with the contrast paints. I picked up an orange contrast just to sort of give a bit of variation and shading, and then went over the bone bits. I decided to make the spine bits bony because it was just too.
Yeah, I was just going to say I quite like the look of those, the bony bits. His poor wings are a bit warm.
Yeah, he's getting on a bit. He's got a few scars and battle marks all over him as well. The teeth that we saw earlier, the previous picture of the teeth, I'd finished. I've gone over with 2 or 3 different layers of different Sgt bone and things like that. This is just the base coat of the bone. I'll be touching them up again on Sunday. I'll be doing a bit more of that.
I know, looks really nice. That's nice contrast between the sort of skin and the.
Edrod's been playing with his 3D printer, printing some things. The Eiffel Tower or the Blackwall Tower. I can't tell which one's which. It's probably the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, I suspect that's the Eiffel.
Obviously test pieces and things. Any cubic photon. An alien.
Marvelous photon.
Looks lovely. That's going to be beautiful. I assume he's going to be painting them up, although they look nice in the green sort of semi-transparent. But
the clear resin you get with the printer. Clear resin is really nice just on its own.
And he's done Spid's favourite. He's done the great giant fangs, teeth.
I see. Yes, I was going to say, because I was thinking when you showed me that earlier.
I thought that it's obviously the same file that you printed.
I see.
And more Gundam things. I don't know what type of Gundam that is, but he hasn't got any feet. He's got little spiky things. And he's been doing this is the huge Star Destroyer, isn't it? Which is all lit up.
Oh, yes.
Which one is Corvette as well.
Every time I look at Star Destroyers, I crave cheesecake.
I don't find them that impressive. I don't much like them.
No,
They're just big grey triangles.
A slice of cheesecake.
Yeah, but when I do see them all lit up like that, that does impress me.
It does look good lit up, doesn't it?
Which kit is that?
I don't know. Have a look in the group. I think it's the newer one, I think. This is Spid's Batman thing.
Cenobat, yes. It's the Batman who laughs, apparently. If there are any DC comic fans out there, you could actually enlighten us as to what this is all about. But from my brief googlage, apparently it's an alternate universe where Batman is infected with Joker juice or Joker serum or some such. I don't know. I'm not.
There's definitely something not right with him.
And it turns into this sinister, evil, grinny Joker type Batman who doesn't fight bad guys but murders everybody or something. I don't know. I don't know the specifics. But I printed it to paint because it reminded me of a Cenobite from the Hellraiser series.
Okay.
Cenobat. That's why
what they were doing.
It's going to have a few more washes and bits and bobs.
Yeah, it's like a straitjacket he wears, isn't it? But,
yes, yeah. I think the actual Batman thing is just supposed to be all like black leather, rubber or whatever.
Quite possibly, but yeah.
I sort of made that so it looks like the whole pinhead thing where he's got.
This is Dennis LD. Obviously, he's not done the arms and that yet, but he will have certainly done them by now because this was an hour ago he put these pictures up, so he's probably finished it by now.
If that was John Bias, he'd be starting the next one by now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, it's got some nice bits on there. Oh, and that's the end. So I shall stop the sharing again.
Quite harmless.
Come back up, and there's 4 of us now, so we can get a nice, nice 4 picture thing. So Steve's here. You were going to show us the plane thing and tell us more about it.
I did put another video up in Gross Group, but it's a Airbus Atlas A400M.
All right, yeah. Videos don't really come up the same way in the
Oh,
pictures
right.
because they're not pictures. But people can go to the group and watch videos is the best bit.
Yeah,
So
so,
that's not. Yeah,
Oh, there we
that's
go.
not the Hercules then, isn't it? I'm not
No.
that well up on the cargo transport planes. I know the Hercules. We actually get a few flying over here quite often.
Yeah, it's the UK, the RAF have got one. Well, got them. The German Air Force have got one, and there's another. I'm not sure who the other one is, but the kit markings come in German. But I'm going to get some aftermarket RAF markings and do it in that.
It's very strange watching you on full screen with you on full screen behind you. Because you're sort of moving just out of sequence and a couple of minutes behind. It's very strange. I'll take you off of full screen anyway, because
Yeah. So so I've put motors in it and I'm lighting it as well. So, but it's
So all four engines, I take it, are going to be working. Looking at them.
yeah, they're all working now. They're in place. And what's funny is about they turn opposite ways.
all right. Are they meant to?
Yeah. So and then I've got
It's quite clever. It's like a counteractive force thing, so you're not getting that torque.
but also when it's stationary, the actual props turn and they face like that,
All right.
which is a bit weird. You can have it displayed in, but I'm going to do it on diode, so it's just taking off.
Right.
Cool.
That's why I've got all the lighting going as well. So I've got strobes on top underneath, on the wing tips, normal white lights, landing lights, and then in where the landing gear is, there's supposed to be two white lights in there as well. But the way they manufactured the kit, the openings for the light are in the wrong place, so I might have to just work that one out.
Edward says it's the new Stylus for a kit, the 1/5000 scale.
Right. Okay.
Of the Bandai one. So yeah.
I've got the Revel one, and I had to put it back in the box for a little while because it just didn't want anything. Doing all the fibre was just getting.
Not because it's a bad kit, just because it's
No, not because
too
it's a bad
much.
kit. It's nothing wrong with the kit. It was a soul destroyer.
It's got to take a while to. It must be a bit soul destroying to wire up all the fibre optics.
Yeah, it was just drilling all. I've got about half. I'm not even halfway there, and just drilling all the holes for the fibres and threading the fibres, gluing
So
the fibres.
how long is that then at 1/5000 scale? I mean, it's still going to be a spare size, isn't it?
It's about. Oh, that one. I'm not sure what that one is, but the Revel was about so long.
I think they're the same scale. I think they're both 5000.
Right.
The Revel is. I was telling you where else I can't see. But yeah, so.
So I know they're supposed to be massive, massive ships anyway, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon was limpited onto one.
Yeah, I was thinking about going on. Who does the bits out in America? I can't.
Shapeways.
That's it. They do a little Falcon. I was thinking about getting one of those on the back, but
Right, to stick onto it, yes. Yeah.
I might ask Mr. Fester if he wants to do me one.
It could.
Spid might be better at doing one for that because he's got the
see,
little fig characters.
I could put
printy
one of
thing.
those on the Anycubic if most likely, because it'd only be tiny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's only tiny.
Trying to do it on my printer wouldn't come out very well because you get lines and stuff in it. But
yeah, on the FDM, yeah, because with the resin one, you should get a decent resolution. But I think how tiny that would be.
It's back in the box for now, so it won't be till probably next year before I go back to that.
wait, when you dig it out, figure out what size you need and give Spid a shout.
Let's look how long it would be from the engines to the tip of the nose, and I can work out scaling that to print on the Photon.
All right, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Tiny print, but that would be really cool.
That would be good. Yeah. Because I went
And
to
you can put a little magnet in it.
Yeah, I went to Telford a couple of years ago, and that got a massive one.
Yeah.
It was like huge. It was like that, and it had the old blockade runner underneath as well. It was like well impressive.
Chris is going to wait until they do the half scale one.
Yeah, I think they'll leave that until they do that. Yeah. LD says he's just finished top coating the arms. It's a commission, so he's taking his time with this one. There we go.
Oh, that's the Gundam that was just on.
Yeah, the Gundam with no arms, but he's finished the arms now. Because that was an hour ago he hadn't finished the arms, but now he has. Because
Uh-huh.
He's taking his time.
There's no
Oh,
harm in
dear.
that. Aha.
Well, I'm
Oh, I'm
inside.
in trying, yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. So yes, there's still 25 minutes or 20 minutes to go. If you want to come and join us, I put the joining link thing back in the chat again. It's still existing out in the world, so come along, join us and say hello. There's still room for 2 more on camera, let alone hanging around in the back area. If you want to enter my back area, no, that's not right. If you want to be in the backstage area, then click on the link, get your camera or your phone up and running, and come and join us. Yeah, that's that really. Go back to the comments. I was going to say, well, there's new comments, but it's my new comment again because I'm an idiot and I keep forgetting that I'll just press the button to make a comment.
See if I can show this.
Oh yeah, Edward says it's 317 millimeters long, not too big. What's that? It's 31 centimeters, so it's a foot, just over a foot.
I've got the bundle. One.
Right, I don't know what.
Centimeters. So it's actually not as long as I thought. Then.
No, it's smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's
Yeah,
a little over a foot, isn't it?
that actually makes it quite impressive, lit up like that.
It's even better, yeah. Right,
Yeah,
this is Steve with his
Oh,
flashy lights.
Yeah.
And
Can
you make the engines go? Can you? Oh,
They're only tacked on with blue
I
tack.
can say that one on the left looks a bit dodgy.
That one looks a bit in danger of falling off during flight.
Yeah.
Very good. That's
they're only
flashing
tacked on.
navigation light, is it?
So you've got that one there, and then you've got a light in the end there.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got 5 coming out there, which will be a strobe effect light as well.
Have they got to be red and green or something? Or
no? Well, it depends on which video you watch.
All right.
Because I've seen ones where they're red and green, and I've seen ones where they're just white strobe. So.
Right.
But yeah. So, but you look underneath, it's like a nightmare. All the wiring.
Yeah, that's a little bit scary.
I think the red and green is only a specific requirement for civilian aircraft, though, isn't it?
All right. Yeah, I assume you wouldn't see them on stealth planes and things, would you?
But maybe for military use it doesn't have to be. I don't know. I'm just surmising. I know it's required for civilian aircraft, so for orientation purposes. Because it's the same. The Sky Bridge. Just down the road. The Sky Bridge has red and green lights on either end of it, which change depending on which side you're on for approaching ships. So they know.
All right, cool.
They know which side's which. Presumably, so when they're guiding the ship under there in the dark, they don't go, oh, there's a light there, go to the right of it. Oh crap, there's rocks. Presumably, so it's like an orientation navigation thing for civilian stuff, I believe. So maybe it doesn't apply to military stuff.
Cool. That's the saying that it's Aeroflot spec engines and props. Yeah, about the moment. Yeah. Bones is asking each pair contra rotates. So yeah, the two on each wing go the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you shove the throttles full forward too quickly, the wings clap.
Or might clap backwards depending on which. Yeah. Is I say torque a problem in planes? Because I mean, a normal plane would just have one propeller on the front, and it doesn't make the plane twist, does it?
When I was learning to fly, you get a yaw effect because your propeller spins one way. It naturally wants to drag your aeroplane one way. So if your propeller's spinning this way, it's wanting to pull your plane this way. So you have to counteract with rudder on takeoff and landing. So you have to put in opposite rudder to keep your aeroplane straight.
That wouldn't make it.
Some of it is quite complicated because if you go back to Shackleton, that has 2 props on one engine, and they counterclockwise, they rotate each way.
Yeah, that I can understand. But when there's only one, rudder wouldn't do it because rudder would affect you that way.
So rudder affects
whereas the rotating of the prop would make you go that way.
No, it actually pulls you because the plane's on the ground. it's only sort of like in ground effect, because when you're in motion, you've got the airflow over your wings that's keeping you level, and you make your
Yeah.
adjustments by your rudder and what you're and what.
Oh, so it says gyroscope effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, when you're actually rolling along the runway for takeoff, it's one of those things you don't see it when you're watching aeroplane takeoff, but when you're flying, when you start taking flying lessons, it's very noticeable. You really feel it when you first take controls.
I've had one flying lesson. I did have one flying lesson. I successfully landed twice on my flying
Is that a
lesson.
remote control aircraft?
No, a proper. I think it was a not a Cessna. Little.
It's on takeoff and landing because it's trying to pull you. It's like a car with really bad steering, like where the tracking's really off.
Yeah,
And it's
I always assumed that was more down to crosswinds and
you
things
can't-
like that, because obviously you have to
yeah.
fly more into the wind if the wind's
Yeah,
blowing one way.
Well,
But
that's another thing entirely, because
That's completely
your
different.
wind direction. You always have to try and take off into the wind and land into the wind direction. But sometimes you do have to deal with crosswinds, which is a different thing entirely, and make you fill your pants with worry.
so if the wind's going from the correct direction, then that might counteract completely, and you might not need any rudder at all.
Yes and no,
Because
wind has more of a tendency to make you drift with a risk of tipping. So you're kind of fighting that way and that way to come in with wind.
Yeah.
There was actually one of the landings I had to make once. The crosswind was so bad, and we were on the flying club I used to go to was Phoenix Flying Club in South Yorkshire, and that had famously the shortest grass strip in the whole of the UK. And one of the landings I was coming in for, the crosswinds was so bad, and we were on the shorter runway of the two. The instructor had to take control back off me because it was that airy.
You're not going to be able to do that.
There was a risk of flying straight into the clubhouse, which wouldn't have been very good. But yeah, there have been incidents of people sort of overshooting the runway and going into the hedge at the back. But yeah, it's. I mean, I've landed in a couple of gentle crosswinds, and that's worrying enough, to be honest. But it's the takeoff that's more noticeable, because landing's not so bad, because as long as you're lined up, as long as you're level, as long as you flare out at the right point when you get the stall warning, you're okay. And then as soon as you hit the ground, you can start correcting with rudder if you start drifting. But it's the takeoff that's the worst, because you shove your throttle full in, you start off down the runway, and then you feel the plane start to pull. Like, so it's like a car with bad steering, and your instinctive reaction is to steer away from it. But when you do that, that just moves your elevators and doesn't do anything when you're on the ground, because you actually have to remember to steer with your feet, with your rudder pedals. So it's a little bit unnerving.
It's patting your head and rubbing your stomach and things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I Fox is about.
It's easy when you get used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Fox is here. Says, hi gang, rendering a vid right now, so chat's all like a manage, but hello.
Hi, Fox.
Good evening, Fox. Everyone's saying hello to him. Fox says, Warhamster tea. He noticed it, yeah. Warhamster tea. And he also says, what have I missed? Everything. Swigging Pig says, the slipstream from the prop hits the tailplane to induce yaw, which induces roll. So you need a bit of opposite roll to control.
Yes, indeed.
There we go.
Yes.
And Fox also says, skullfish. Ted's still here, hey Fox? And Fox is all kind of surprised because Skipper Ted's in the chat. How rare, he says. Yes, you might have noticed I'm wearing a Warhamster t-shirt. They are actually now live in my merchandise store. So I shall once more share a screen. There we go. This is my merchandise store. If you haven't seen it, you can pop along to grossmerch.co.uk. I haven't got a button for that. I have to sort that out. But yes, you can get Warhamster t-shirts in different colours. Look, I can magically change the colour of it.
I quite like that purple one, actually.
It's for some reason not loading anymore, but there we go. There you go. So yes, you can get Warhamster in various different colours. Oh, bit bright that one, but there you go.
Ooh, wow.
yeah, different sizes and everything else.
Yeah,
So
good.
yeah, £15 British. There's also Warhamster hoodies, which you can get with the Warhamster logo. If there is something you want that isn't featured, for instance, if you wanted a small breast logo like the one I'm wearing, just give them a shout. There's a link somewhere for shouting to them. They email them, or I think there's a link button somewhere. So if you wanted a Warhamster wallet or mug, then you can just give the guys a shout, and they'll be able to sort you out, I'm sure.
I'm
But,
waiting for Mankinis to turn up in store. You know, like Foxes. Then we can all do the you know, a bit of cosplay as Fox.
yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't know that that's necessarily a good idea.
Mm.
But you all need to get a Warhamster tee, says Fox. Yeah.
Yes, I've got to admit, I do quite like that purple one. I think I might.
They do trees, says Ted. Oh, I hate trees. Not
Trees?
tea trees. Tea. No.
Trees or teas? Or
Yes. Either of those.
or
Paul Tasso's in.
Ted
Hello,
actually
people.
wants to
Hello,
watch
Paul.
the tree. Hi, Paul.
Fox says denied, but I don't know why. Don't know what that was for. Don't know. If it was humorous, I'm sure it was, but I missed it, so apologies.
Denied.
Nobody's in chat, so I'm not sure.
Access denied.
So yes, that's pretty much everything, really. My voice is still just about here.
Ted says, "Oh, a tea." Yes, he obviously meant a tea, not a tree.
Not a tree shirt.
Yes, means a tea tree.
Eric says, "Is the mug designed to spill over as soon as you sit it down?" No. It looks like that, but it's a normal mug-shaped mug with a flat bottom, just like all things should have. Yeah, I've yet to spill from it. I wouldn't say it's spill-proof, but it's certainly spill-resistant.
Yes, it's like this. The saying goes, nothing is foolproof to a sufficiently talented fool.
Absolutely, or a fool with no talent at all is also quite dangerous. Yeah. So, say last orders, last call for anybody coming along and joining in. I'll put the link in there once again. Say, as ever, we'll be finishing in the next 10 minutes or so, 12 minutes. So, and obviously I've got to kick people out before I finish. So, if you're going to come in now. If not, you'll be not allowed in for another week. For the normal people, the gang and the patrons. But if you're not a gang or a patron, then you have to wait another month till the last Thursday in the month of October.
That's the first time in a while I've been called a normal person.
Well, not a normal person, but it's
I say, what's normal?
definitely a person. Normal for us lot. That's not quite the same as normal for the rest of the population.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what that is. Sounds weird.
Yeah. So then obviously we've got October and November. Not sure about the December one yet, because that's obviously sort of Christmassy type time. I haven't worked out any dates as to when everything is, so let's have a quick look.
What date is the Warhammer World thing again?
Warhammer World is next month. That's the 22nd. Tuesday the 22nd of October. I'm going to be making my way up to Warhammer World, along with various other people. I'm not entirely certain who's decided they can make it yet, but there are other people that are intending to be going on the same day. So hopefully we'll have a little mini meet-up of various people there.
Yes, I'll have to check to see if I can make that.
And then the next month, November, early in November, on the 10th of November, indeed, the Sunday, is the show, the
Telford.
Scale Model World, Telford.
Yeah, the big one.
Yeah, that's a whole weekend, but I'm not doing the whole weekend because I've still got to work on the Saturday. But I'll be up there on the Sunday, on the 10th.
Yeah,
So hopefully, again, we'll meet up a few people there. We already did the e-models, that was last Thursday. So if you didn't join me there, you missed it. It's not going to happen anymore. There'll be another one next year, no doubt. LD says denied could be a tasty French pastry. I don't do French, but I'm assuming it's Nide is pastry or something. Is it? I don't know.
No.
Bob's in saying hi all. Hi Bob, you're here
Bob.
just in time for the end. Welcome. Jamie says, "Where's Dad? I haven't seen him in chat." You're right, I haven't seen him in chat either.
That's the point. Yeah, I've not.
Yeah,
Not seen anything.
he's been around. I was in a hangout with him last night, so he's definitely around. Other people are around as well.
It's round about somewhere.
Where do I get a Warhamster tee, and do they come in big manly sizes? They do indeed. They come in lots of different sizes. I'll put the. I'll have to do the typing with my fingers. It's grossmerch.co.uk. It looks like that in the chat. I didn't put in the www, so it won't be a link, but you know. They do different sizes and different colours indeed, so you can pop along there, see what they have. As I say, if you want something a bit different to what's in the shop, give them a shout. But yeah, they're normally pretty quick. The shop that I used to do it is a local shop to me. They do t-shirt printing and everything else. They've just gone mental. They did a special political one with a spider on a corner. As someone in politics was on the telly with a big spider brooch, so they designed a t-shirt with a spider print on the shoulder, and they've had thousands of orders for it. It's gone absolutely mental. It was on the news and stuff. So
Right.
yeah. They might be a little bit slow in processing orders at the moment for a few days till they work through the backlog. But yeah, give them a shout. They'll let you know if you want something different. To say the one they've got in the store is the big chest print. But if you just want a small one, I'm sure they can sort of take care of that for you. Lady Thingy, head of the Supreme Court, says Asda. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they come up with obviously just do things.
Yeah. Well, the joy of not having terrestrial TV means I don't know anything whatsoever about that. I might have
It was on the internet as well.
Yeah, actually, I have to actively seek out things like that on the internet. So
Yep.
I try and avoid them.
Right, that's strange. Fox says he's back now because his PC crashed. And Skullfish says, my laptop just crashed. Obviously couldn't handle the trifecta of immoral celebrities. So yes, if you get, say me, Fox and Ted in the same place at the same time, all electronics fail. And Ted probably pressed a button. See, Ted hasn't come back to say he didn't press a button because his computer's probably crashed as well.
Probably has, yes. Yeah.
Ted pushed a button.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, he was typing a short while ago, so anything could have happened.
It could have happened. Fox says, watching this and trying to render video is clearly too much. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. Hopefully, did your render finish before it crashed, or have you got to start again? That's not good.
Yeah, anything can really chew up your processing power.
Kenneth, he says, you have an enchanting smile, Speed.
He said, "What? Sorry."
You have an enchanting smile.
Thank you very much indeed. That's surely nice of you to say.
And Fox says, Ted plus button equals incredible crisis. And Ted's still here. Says, button, what button?
Yeah, he's still here. We are safe. Ted's still
working.
Yes, he's still running.
Ted's looking. I'm looking. What are you looking for, Ted? What you lost? Have you lost something?
We know you introduced your next build. Did Ted actually announce his, or?
Yeah, he announced his weeks back. Yeah, he's doing a big diggery thing.
Oh, the digger, yes.
The big orange digger thing. I'm doing a foot, and Foxy's going to be doing the falcon.
Yes, indeed.
I've just got a message from downstairs. I'm obviously needed for some tech support soon. My iPad has frozen. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Everybody's crashing.
Everybody's crashing. I don't know why. Paul says that the tees only go up to a 2XL. I normally wear a 3XL. Give them a shout. They might well be able to get in a larger size for you for, it might be a different brand of shirt or something. But give them a shout. I'm sure they'll be able to help you out.
Sizing as well, because depends which sizing thing they use. Because I remember ordering a T-shirt from a company that used American size, which was supposed to be medium, and when it turned up, it was massive. So I ended up giving it to my brother. It was literally, I was swamped in the damn thing. So just check which sizing chart they use, because they're their XL might be XXL or whatever.
Yeah, so Paul, give them a shout. Tell them what, 3XL, but tell them what sort of size you need as well, like chest size or whatever. And they might say, oh yeah, the 2XL is going to handle that, or they might say we can get it, or they might not, but you won't know unless you ask. And Fox has had to restart the render, but he's now watching us in 240p. We all look terrible. 1927, hello. We're probably in 3 frames a second as well. So
the early days of YouTube, potato quality.
Kenneth says, morning Fox, Chris, Ted, and miscellaneous. Yeah. And Fox says, if Chris doesn't break his I think he means own internet, he breaks everyone else's. It's not my fault. Ted says, try it in 144, and that'll break my eyes bleed. Yeah. Oh, it's Kenneth's fault. He says it's my fault. I was checking Instagram. Kenneth's got all the Instagram followers, so yeah.
There you
go. Right. I'm gonna start wrapping up now, I think, because that's sort of the end of the night.
It's my birthday.
An hour and a half already.
It was Steve's birthday last week, wasn't it? Yeah, a couple of days ago.
Monday.
Monday.
Yes.
Oh, it's ages ago. Happy birthday, Steve.
Thank
Is that
you.
why you come on? You want us to sing happy birthday to you? You're not around to.
No. I'm just off this week.
We prepared and brought cake.
Oh, what?
But I said we could have all brought cake to eat in celebration.
Yeah, we could have eaten cake around while you were watching. That
I
would
had
be cool.
plenty of cake on the.
Actually, you're starting to worry. You're worrying Fox because you're doing some soldering and he's scared of that. So yeah. Oh, Dad's just made it in. Evening all. Mad day today. Couldn't make it in. There's always next week. Gemma's saying watching on my phone is rubbish. Yeah, but to say try turning it off and on again. But if not, I'll be down in a little while. I'll make a cup of tea.
I'm going to say a cup of tea coming soon, so Yeah.
Absolutely. Reese says night all. And Fox is saying Kenneth's millions of followers crashed everything. And yeah, almost brutal. I just said that. It's like almost like when I said it, and he heard me say it, and he's typed it in without using his words to say it as well. Right. I shall remove you all from the stream. I shall finish off, and then yeah, if you're still around, then I'll bring you back in once I've finished. But if you do go, then I'll see you another time. So thank you all for joining me. I'll click you off in the order that you're on the bottom of the screen here. So thank you, Steve. Nice to see you again.
See you later.
See you another time. Bye bye. And then we've got not Batman. It's definitely not Batman. Thank you, Guano Man, for joining us. See you another week. Bye bye. And Mr. Speed, who's been sitting here for all the stream, thank you very much. And I shall see you again next time or later. And me, I'm going to click on the button to make me go as well, because that's the end of the night. Thank you all for coming and joining me. I noticed none of you actually came in from outside of the group of the patrons that time, but there's always next month. Get your computers up and working. Come and join us, because otherwise it's just the same as a normal week. So but nice to see all of you in chat, and I shall see you all next time. It's Thursday, so what have we got? Sunday, there's the normal Warhammer Warhamster time. I believe Fox is doing his this week at 3 p.m. I shall be doing mine at 8 p.m. More dragon stuff. There's the dragons there. Look, it's just that's right. There's the dragon. I'll be getting some more orange down on him and making the bony stuff look more bony. So yep. That's that, and then Monday, e-models as normal, and then back here again for just me and the gang and patrons this time next week. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye bye.